Alright guys, welcome back to another build video in time for the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. For this one, we're going to be going over our intelligence build. We've just made an arcane build, which is actually pretty damn OP. Moving over to intelligence, we're going to be using some spells and mostly a sword's special move. So let's go ahead and jump into this now. So going over the build we're going to be using is the Dark Moon Greatsword, the Jellyfish Shield, a Sarian Regal Scepter, and we're going to be using the Queen Crescent's Crown. Now, pretty much over here, you can use anything that you want. You can even go ahead and use the Snow Witch hat if you really wanted to, but this is the armor that I have on. Moving over to the charms we're going to be using, the Magic Scorpion Charm, the Ritual Sword Talisman, the Shard of Alexander, and the Godfrey Icon. Now, with the Ritual Sword Talisman, this only raises your attack power when your HP is at maximum, so we are going to be needing to be at max health at all times. But you can actually switch this for something else as well. Now you can go ahead and use the Ancestral Spirit Horn, restores FP when defeating enemies, which is pretty useful. But you can go ahead and switch this one if you feel like something is better for you. Next up, for our Flask of Physic, we're going to be using the Magic Shrouded Crack tier and the Intelligence Knot Crystal tier. Now moving over to the spells we're going to be using, mostly is the Terra Magica. Now in this, when you are using it, you actually get an increased damage. Now for this one, the Renato's Full Moon, we're going to be using that against bosses at the very start because it's going to give us a buff and a debuff to the bosses themselves to give us even more attack power. Now if you did want to use some more spells, you can go ahead and use the Comet Azure, or you can actually put on the Rock Sling. This is a solid sorcery to be able to use on your staff. Now other than that, I do also highly recommend this one right here, if I can quickly just find it, the Magma Shot. This one is actually pretty useful as well, and it does a lot of damage. Alright, so how are we going to be using this build? Well, firstly, what we're going to be doing is actually activating our Great Sword. Now once you have used this, you can go ahead and use the R2 button and it will just shoot out your projectiles. Now the reason we're going to be using the Jellyfish Shield is you can actually pair these up as well. Now this way you can use the shield's path and the sword's special attack. Now in most weapons you can't actually do this because once you switch over to a different item, your buff with the shield is lost. But with this weapon, because we're not going to be using the L2 button but the R2 button, we can still hold that Jellyfish Shield and keep using that buff. Now altogether, what we're going to be doing is activating the Great Sword using our Wondrous Physic, and also now here we're going to be activating the Renala's Full Moon against the boss. Now this will attack them and give us a damage boost, followed up by the Terra Magica, and then we can put on the shield buff, and then we can just stand in here and use all our buffs and attacks against the enemies. Now this is mostly, all of this is going to be for bosses. You don't need to use this on any normal enemies, but I'll show you exactly how much damage we do. So in the background right now, you can see me defeating a couple of bosses here and showing you exactly how much damage that it truly does. Now you can obviously increase the power of your damage by upgrading your armor to level 10 or level 25 depending on the armor itself. Now I actually don't have a lot of these upgraded max, so you can do even more damage. Okay, let's see exactly how much damage we do against this enemy right here, because they are quite tough. And yeah, that is some serious damage right there. Now this is without the Terra Magica or the Full Moon buff, and that is still pretty much, I mean, you can kill these enemies very quickly. Now these guys, without, you know, a decent build, they will mess you up pretty damn good. I mean, they can kill you in just a couple of hits. I mean, look at my vigor right now, and let's just see exactly how much damage these guys do. I mean, yeah, that is a lot of damage, and killing them that quick is pretty useful. I've actually never used this build against Melania herself, so let's go and see exactly how well we do. I mean, I do have gameplay in the background that you've seen against other bosses, but I've never used this build specifically against her, so let's go see exactly how this plays out. And I know she tends to dodge these attacks quite often, but that is some pretty good damage right there. Okay, without that move, you can pretty much instantly kill her. That move is an absolute nightmare. Anyway, those were just kind of a rough tests. Nothing really too crazy, nothing too in-depth, and me actually trying to utilize it fully. But that is pretty much the build. I mean, it is quite good, even against normal enemies where, you know, they could show you a little bit of trouble. I mean, just using the sword alone without any buffs can kill pretty much anything. Okay, let's see exactly how well we do against just normal enemies right here. These guys are quite powerful, but I'm pretty sure we'll just one-shot them. I mean, yeah, this is quite powerful right here. I want to test it out with just using the weapon itself, not the actual special move for it, and see how much damage we do. I mean, yeah, that is quite powerful. That is definitely something, yeah, quite useful. Anyway, that is pretty much it for this video. Now, I did want to make you guys aware that I have been uploading this game when it came out for quite a while. So everything that you're ever trying to get is already on this channel. I've made videos and guides for pretty much a lot of the weapons and a lot of the builds in the past as well. So if you are looking for something, it's probably on the channel already. Now, leading up to the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, I will be uploading as much as I possibly can, starting from yesterday with these build videos. I do have another 3 build videos for you guys soon, probably one tomorrow and the next few days, and I will be making some of the best weapons tier lists for you guys to use as well for each attribute and each build that you could possibly go for. For example, with Arcane, you don't have to use the Mog's Spear. You can also use some pretty good swords and katanas as well, making your build absolutely ridiculous. So we'll go over those in the next couple of days and weeks. Anyway, like I said, if you guys do have any videos, ideas that you guys want me to make leading up to the DLC, let me know down in the comment section as well. And if you guys did actually enjoy this video, please drop a like and subscribe down below. There's going to be so many more videos I will be uploading, not only on Elden Ring, but any video game that does come out in the future that is pretty fun and useful videos for you guys. So anyway, that's pretty much it for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon.
In that forsaken place, blood must spill. Blood of your fellows. They are true faithful.
They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war.
Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship